IDAC's position based on the agreement between the evidence leaders and IDAC's legal representatives is they no longer pursue a non-disclosure on the basis of the sub judice principle. You understand that?
Yes.
Now, I asked to check whether you still insist on invoking the sub judice principle as you do here in paragraphs 19 and 20, or whether the correct position is that because this was deposed to in October 25 already, you no longer insist on the application of the principle and you abandon what you state in 19 and 20. Just to check, I want to know where you stand insofar, you personally, you stand insofar as these dockets are concerned and the sub judice principle. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. The way I stand, Chair, Commissioners, I will still be cautious, but I'll be guided by the Chair on my responses to the questions. I'm not claiming sub judice. What I'm actually saying in layman terms, I have to be cautious.
Oh.
My criminal case before court has to be presented, and I do not want to compromise anything, witnesses, or whatever deeper stuff that I have to present before court. That's all, but I'll be guided by the Chair with whatever limits that he wants me to go through. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I understand your position and it's clarified. With that, then let's turn to your tab 3 of that file. That is your supplementary statement. And this supplementary statement,
Sorry, Marcelo. Going through my copy of the supplementary statement, I noticed that what should be page 3 was marked 5 and was actually just before 6, before page 6. I then swapped them around. Is yours correct? In fact, all 3 of ours.
It's correct,
Yes.
Chair.
Wrongly
It's actually was my fault.
Oh.
When I scanned and emailed the documents, the page 5
Yes.
is actually supposed to come.
5 should be
page 3.
3.
Yes.
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 Yes, it has to come.
And
to
then,
people.
3,
And
what's marked 3 is 4, and 4 is 5, and then 6 is fine.
I had swapped them around for myself. I
Yes.
apologize, Chair, that I forgot to highlight that, but that's correct.
It's big, all right. Thank you.
Colonel, will you make the swaps then before we deal with the content of that? Let's put them in their correct order.
I have
You
done so.
Okay.
I've done so, Council.
Thank you, Chair.
My apologies for that, Chair.
No problem at all.
Then if you could turn to page 1 and then deal with the supplement. No, before we do so, what I'd wanted to indicate is starting from your paragraph 9. And your paragraph 9 will now be page 4. Instead of 3 as reflected on the file, correct?
Yeah.
You specify that from paragraph 8, I respond to paragraph 2 of the summons as follows. Then you adopt a way of responding by referring to a particular paragraph. You say add paragraph 2.1, and you just state the answer. I think for purposes of your engaging with this document, you need not reference the add paragraph 2.1 and the right, because it's not immediately available before you, but we know what's talking about. But I believe the response that you provide is sufficient that you deal with the response without linking it back to a specific paragraph in the summons.
Is it not best perhaps for you to read the paragraph that the Colonel is, but when you get there, for example, if you look at 10, which is add 2.2.
Yes.
So I deny these allegations. Listeners will be in the dark as to what the Colonel is denying.
Okay, then perhaps...
If you have them, if they are readily...
I can call it up.
If they are readily at hand, yeah.
The totality of the story, I understand. But if he adopts the approach where he reads the document into record, then we will have to look at it differently. I accept that perhaps when we get to that part, I would have to indicate what the allegation in paragraph 2.1 was. Then he can deal with the response.
And then he reads. Yeah.
I'm happy to do so. You understand, Colonel, how we propose to deal with your amendments from paragraph 8?
Yes.
Okay.
It's response to the summons.
So in the interim, please start. I will call up the summons that you had received, and I will deal with each paragraph that you respond to before you go on record to put your response.
You have not done your usual preliminaries of having the Colonel confirm that this is his statement, or have you?
I have.
You have
both statements, Chair. They are on record.
We did that in respect of both right at the beginning.
At the beginning, yes, Chair. No, we did. It was precisely to avoid this risk.
All right. Sorry.
Colonel, then you may start with your supplementary affidavit from page 1.
Up until paragraph 9, where you will come in.
Yes, it's a free read or comment until you get to paragraph 8, and that's when then I interject and introduce each paragraph in the summons that you specifically refer to per paragraph in your statement.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Counsel. So supplementary affidavit of myself, Brian Pariachi, hereby testify on oath as follows. I'm an adult male employed as a senior investigator assigned to the Investigating Directorate against Corruption within the National Prosecuting Authority. I have personal knowledge of the facts to which I dispose in this affidavit. I dispose to this affidavit in response to a subpoena issued to me in terms of Rule 3.2 of the Commissions Act 8 of 1947 to appear before the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into criminality, political interference, and corruption in the criminal justice system arising from the allegations made public by Lieutenant General Mkonazi, Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, on 6 July. The summons requires me to appear before the Commission on Monday, the 13th July 2026, for the purposes of giving evidence and be questioned about the following. Matters arising from the evidence of Lieutenant General Mkonazi during his evidence before the Commission on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of September, where the criminal syndicates, organized criminal groups, politically connected persons, or other unlawful actors have infiltrated, captured, exerted undue influence over or otherwise compromised the South African Police, the NPA, the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, Crime Intelligence, Independent Police Investigative Directorate, or any other component of the criminal justice system. The nature and extent and consequences of such infiltration, capture, corruption, or undue influence, the identity of the individuals, officials, office bearers, intermediaries, entities, and organizations whom I contend were involved in, facilitated, benefited from, concealed, or enabled such conduct, and the factual and evidentiary basis for any allegations I make in relation to the capture, corruption, and criminalization of the components of the criminal justice system. I've also been invited to give evidence on the following matters being investigated. Allegations that IDAC operates outside its mandate in terms of prescribed legal conscripts, namely Section 1A of the NPA Act as amended. That IDAC allegedly pursued a criminal case against Lieutenant General Dumsani Kumalo and other officers at Crime Intelligence in the furtherance of ongoing political interference at SAPS. Allegations concerning my role in the interference in criminal investigations and prosecutions. The effect of such conduct on the functioning, integrity, and independence of the criminal justice system. Allegations concerning the existence of a Khan-IDAC cabal in the SAPS and my role pursuant thereto as made by Mr. Tulangwi Shongwe during his evidence at the Commission on 30th June 2026, and my relationship with Major General Khan and the allegations I disclosed to General Khan a SAPS docket relating to an ongoing criminal investigation against him. Any matter falling within the terms of reference of the Commission. I have in my previous affidavit submitted to the Commission already preferred a response in relation to paragraph 1.1 to 1.5 of the summons, and nothing further to add in respect thereof. I'm now at 8.
And you say at 8 that you, from this point, you respond to paragraph 2 of the summons, the same summons of the 3rd of July.
That is correct.
So I will read into the record the allegation or the issue raised with you in the summons, and then you will deal with the response as you have reflected in the statement.